In this video, I'm going to share a recipe that's going to change your life. Like, people have really told me it's life-changing. It's veggie broth mix. So the reason I'm so excited about this recipe and the reason I know so many people love it is because it's been shared over 5,000 times. And it's got over 100 comments, people telling me how much they love it, which I love, thank you. And it also has a couple dozen copycats out there, so you may have run across it somewhere. But this is the original, and today I'm going to show you how to make it. First, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of onion powder, then 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, and 1 tablespoon of salt, but that's optional if you're on a salt-free diet, then a teaspoon of black pepper, a teaspoon of thyme, and a teaspoon of paprika. Then a half teaspoon of turmeric, and a half teaspoon of parsley flakes. So there's 3 basic ways to make this veggie broth mix. You use all the same ingredients, the spices and nutritional yeast that give it that oh so good flavor, and then you can choose which way you want to mix it all together. The easiest by far is to just put it all in a jar and shake it up, and that will create a delicious broth mix your family will love, people will adore. The other ways involve using either a blender or food processor. And when you use those, it pulverizes it and makes the pieces smaller, but it still is going to taste exactly the same. I'm going to show you how to make it in a food processor. You're going to take all of your seasonings that you just got together and you're going to just carefully pour them into your food processor. Let the dust clear, and then you're going to add your 1 cup of nutritional yeast. Go ahead and put the lid on and then get ready to process away. Now that it's done, take off the lid and put it in a jar. There you go. That's the good stuff. So here's the measurements. This is just my general rule. If you're using the blender version or the food processor version, you're going to use 1 teaspoon of veggie broth mix for every 1 cup of water. So pay attention to how much water you use and make sure you add enough veggie broth mix so that you get that delicious savory flavor. Now, if you use the put it all in a jar and shake it up method, you're going to use 1 tablespoon of veggie broth mix for every 1 cup of water. The reason it's different is because when you're using a blender and food processor, the spices and pieces get ground down to dust. And when you just shake it all together, it actually takes up more room because it's less condensed. So that's why you need more. Now that you've made this veggie broth mix, I know you're going to love it. Now, I decided I might as well give you some recommendations on what recipes you should make now that you have this delicious, life-changing veggie broth. We love it in our minestrone soup. Chickpea noodle soup is also delicious, or chickpea and rice soup if you're going for the whole grain option. I also use it in my taco soup, enchilada soup. Pretty much any soup I make is going to have this as its base. Not only is this delicious in soup, it's also a good seasoning on other foods. For example, I like to put this on potatoes or tofu and even veggies. It's great with green beans. Let me know how you use it and what your favorite soup is.